Hi, this is Mark. Welcome back to my channel, What Burns My Ass. This is a channel where I tell you the things that burn my ass, and you tell me whether or not they burn your ass too. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the mega lie on MAGA, where the Democrats and the news media are trying to convince the American people that President Trump and Elon Musk are going to cut things like entitlements, things like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, despite Donald Trump and his administration saying that these programs will not be cut. And they're trying so desperately to convince the American people that this is definitely going to happen that Representative Al Green of Texas disrupted the presidential address, and he did it so egregiously that House Representative Leader Mike Johnson had to censure him. And this is pretty typical of the Democrats in the past, repeating lies like find people on both sides, the bloodbath, and people are getting tired of that because it makes the Democrats seem less credible. And to me, the more they do this, the more they're going to lose voters because nobody wants to believe them anymore. Nobody believes their promises and nobody believes their lies. And things like that they continue to do burn my ass. So in this next clip, Elon Musk is explaining what is going on with entitlements and Social Security. Now, this is the 51-second clip that the news media is using, and this is from the Wall Street Journal. And the reason they're cutting it off there, because I'm going to give you in later this video and in the next couple of clips, it's going to show you what he was actually speaking about, and that he was not actually talking about getting rid of these entitlements, but how to eliminate the waste and fraud. And so, see, these are the things that are really aggravating the American voters, and it's causing such a divide because a lot of the people that diehard Democrats have taken this to heart that this is definitely going to happen. And of course, they're so angry, which I don't blame them, because they actually believe that Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid is going to be cut. And a lot of these people, rely on these programs to survive. So I don't blame them for being mad. What I blame is the Democrats and the news media for perpetuating this lie because it's causing panic in people that don't need it. They're elderly. They have medical issues. Why are you trying to panic the American public? Not only that, divide our nation between the two parties and stuff like that. And the way that the Democrat Party and our news media conducts itself burns my ass.
Let's not have America go bankrupt with waste and fraud. So that's what I'm here for. And we're making good progress.
Yes, you are. You're going to go another year?
Yeah, I think so.
Final report, middle of next year?
Well, we're just getting things done as opposed to writing a report. Like say, reports don't mean anything. You got to actually take action.
Yes.
So the waste and fraud in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements. So that's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year.
So in this next clip, Al Green of Texas, Representative Al Green, it's a clip of him disrupting the presidential address in front of Congress. Now, he's trying to convince the American people that he was doing it to save Medicaid because he believes Donald Trump is going to cut Medicaid. But if you actually go back to my prior video or you look up the disruption on the presidential address, he's shaking his cane and he was not yelling anything about Medicaid. He started yelling at President Trump because President Trump said that he'd won the election by mandate. And he believes that because Donald Trump only won by 1.9% more of the popular vote than Kamala Harris had, he believes that Donald Trump did not win in the mandate, so he's trying to call him out on it. But now his excuse for doing so and being censored is he was trying to save people on Medicaid. I don't understand how people believe this. Unfortunately, there are people out there that believe anything that a Democrat says, and the same thing happens with Donald Trump and Republicans. I just think people need to think for themselves and pay attention and find the facts for themselves and not just believe anything that any one political party or any politician says. And people that do that divide this nation, and they burn my ass.
I regret that I had to do what I did, but it was a matter of conscience. It really was.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
The rules were applied to me. I acknowledged it. I accepted it, but I would do it again because I didn't do it for the Al Green who was there on the floor. I was doing it for people who need Medicaid, and the calling to help them doesn't go away by my being censured. I would do it again.
So this is the article that I got from Democrats.org, and these are the games that the news media and the Democrats play. This was an interview that Donald Trump had speaking to CNBC at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. And this is how the interview went. Trump was asked whether or not he would cut entitlements at some point. Will entitlements ever be on your plate? Asked the interview Joe Kernan. At some point, they will be, Trump responded. At the right time. We will take a look at that. You know, that's the easiest of all things to cut. So the Democrats are running away with that. They posted that on there trying to convince you that that's him telling you he's going to cut entitlements. But reality was he's trying to say if the economy, maybe there's some time in the future where the economy is doing well, these things can be cut because the American people, people are doing well. Medicaid has enough money. It's well funded. Maybe there would be some cuts in the future if it's necessary. But here, this article is trying to convince the American people that Donald Trump just said he's going to cut entitlements and it's on his plate. And I find manipulation like this by our news media to burn my ass. So in this next clip, I'm sorry for the redundancy. It's exactly it begins exactly as the first clip did in this video, but I wanted to prove that I'm not editing or trying to cut anything out. I want to show exactly what Elon Musk said. And in this clip, he's discussing the fact that a lot of people in this country are receiving entitlements that don't deserve it. People that just came over the border. And that's what he's trying to do, is cut waste and fraud. And he's also pointing out that the Democrats are offering these entitlements to entice people to come over the border. Because over the last 4 years, one of the reasons that unemployment was so low was because a lot of jobs across this country were filled by migrants that came here illegally. And please don't take this as me saying that I'm against immigration, because I'm definitely not. I'm just saying that I'm against illegal immigration. I'm all for legal immigration. And I'd be glad if they increased immigration on a legal basis. I wish they would fix our border. I wish they would make coming across the border easier, and also make it easier to claim asylum for those people that legitimately deserve it. And because those are the people that are going to appreciate becoming an American. But anyways, so Elon Musk in this clip, I want you to watch him, and he explains that nowhere in this clip does he say he's actually going to cut any of the entitlements. And the next clip after that, I'm going to show you how the news media actually handled the same identical clip. Because, manipulation like this burns my ass.
So the goal here is let's not have America go bankrupt with waste and fraud. So that's what I'm here for, and we're making good progress.
Yes, you are. You're going to go another year?
Yeah, I think so.
Final report, middle of next year?
Well, we're just getting things done as opposed to writing a report. Like say, reports don't mean anything. You got to actually take action.
Yes.
So the waste and fraud in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements. So That's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here, and then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So this is why the Democrats are so upset about the situation, because they're losing. If we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave.
So this is a Google search that I did trying to find the video clip where Elon Musk discusses entitlements like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. And if you look at the first few videos in the search engine, they're all that 51-second clip where he's cut off saying these are the big ones to cut. Because it's under my belief that Google is definitely siding with the Democrats. They don't really care for Donald Trump very much. So if you do a search for Donald Trump and the truth, this is what you'll find. You'll find all the articles that say the most negative thing that could be interpreted from whatever Trump or Elon Musk says. This is manipulation by our national companies across this country. It's not just Google, it's other companies as well. I just don't understand how they're allowed to get away with this. I would think that they should be unbiased when it comes to showing the American public the truth, because it's a search engine. It is not a propaganda engine. And when they do things like this, it burns my ass.
Elon Musk's recent comments on entitlement spending prompted a flurry of headlines and posts over fears the Trump administration may cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. The Doge leader's remarks also raising the question of where he came up with a figure as high as $700 billion. The White House is defending Musk, saying in a statement Tuesday he did not call for cutting benefits in his interview on Fox Business on Monday, and instead was focused on the waste and fraud within those programs. The White House also points to an estimate from the U.S. Government Accountability Office saying taxpayers lose as much as $521 billion annually to fraud, most of that within entitlement programs.
So in this last video, it's a video I got from a website called The Hill, and they're a very Democrat-biased media outlet. And if you listen to the way this gentleman speaks, he's trying to say that Donald Trump is convincingly telling people, and so is Elon Musk, that they're not going to touch entitlements. But he's also putting in that doubt. You can hear in the way he speaks and some of the things he quotes, talking about there's a pretext that they are still going to cut these entitlements. And somehow that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are deceiving the American people. And here's the thing. They very might well be. I don't think so. And like they said in this clip, that it's the third rail. And if Donald Trump does that, he's going to cost the Republicans the next election and the elections for years to come. I don't think he's going to step on that landmine. I don't think he's crazy enough to do that. So again, this is an example of how our news media reports to the American people and divides our nation. And it still burns my ass.
Over the weekend, Elon Musk was talking to Fox Business Network about Social Security, saying that's the big one to eliminate, in his words. Is this a political minefield for Republicans?
Yeah, for sure. This is, one of those third rails, as they say, of politics that people urge lawmakers to stay away from. The White House and allies of Elon Musk are trying to kind of reframe this, say that what he was talking about was cutting fraud and waste in entitlement programs like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. But of course, critics would say that saying we're going to cut fraud is just laying the pretext to cut back benefits and essentially label it as fraud. So either way, these comments from Elon Musk have certainly caused a bit of a firestorm, has given some fodder to Democrats to go on the attack, and has forced the White House in the meantime to sort of reassert that Trump is not going to cut these benefits, because if they did, or if they even threatened to, that, as you said, is a big political minefield for Republicans.
So this is the end of the video, and we've watched the clips. We see the manipulation of our social media. We see the manipulation of our legacy media. They're trying to convince you that everything Donald Trump does is evil. We have Hitler running our country. He loves Kim Jong-un. He loves Putin. They're great friends. They practically talk, on a daily basis. And Elon Musk is lining his pockets with your American dollars, which makes no sense because he has enough money that he doesn't need to do any of that. And everybody's all worried that, he has your social security numbers and your personal. Why does he care what somebody's making, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 across the country among the 250 million people that are in this country? Who does you think he cares? Why is he going to pick your personal information out to scrutinize? Makes no sense. But that's what people do. They're always looking for a reason to be upset. They're always looking for a reason for why what the president is doing is wrong. And you can't fix that, especially if they believe that Hitler's running our country. You can't fix people that way. But, that's the society that we live in. And there's no fixing that. And I'm just tired of the media. Don't accept the fact that the media is telling you that, he's going to cut Social Security. He's going to cut Medicaid. They're trying to manipulate you into believing that, and it's not true. Well, could it happen? Yes. I don't idolize Donald Trump. And could I think he could turn tail and change his mind and do a bunch of things I can't stand? Yeah, it's possible. Because I'm open-minded and I pay attention. And that's what most people need to learn how to do. And you have to be secure in your choices. And if those choices change on you and you don't like the way they're changing, there's nothing wrong with changing your opinion. Anyways, that's my video for today. I want you to reach right down right now and click that like button and also subscribe. You guys aren't subscribing. You're watching my videos, and I really need you to do that. Anyways, as always, what burns my ass probably burns your ass too, and thanks for watching.